So the CC9 is so new. There's not a lot of videos on how to disassemble and reassemble a lot of it. There are a few videos, but they don't really show it close in depth. And I was having trouble getting the striker out and then back in, especially. The manual doesn't call this out because it is a little tricky, I think. I just wanted to show you what I think is the proper way. You're going to need a small screwdriver, and that small screwdriver needs to be small enough to fit inside this groove. And there's a black plastic tab you're going to be pressing down and then sliding off the back plate. So this part isn't too tricky. You're going to get that in there, press down, and then slide the back plate off. And then everything is under tension, so just be careful. It's a very strong striker spring. And then you can pull that striker spring out. And at this point, I found that you need to pull the striker back a little bit until it pops out. And then that tab likes to rotate a little bit, but I found that if you push it almost 90 degrees, then the firing pin safety will fall right out with its spring. So I'll put that aside. And then now I'll just rotate this back up, and then it should fall out. And then you have a light spring here, and then this is a unique component. I think this is the firing pin disconnect, is what the manual calls it. So then your striker is out, the extractor is pinned in, so you can't take that out like a Glock. So the tricky part is getting the striker back in. There's kind of a unique procedure to do it properly. You'll notice that there is a groove on one side, and that's why this needs to be rotated 90 degrees to get the firing pin safety into it. So this is the disconnect, and there's a slot. You need to put that in the slot sideways like that, and then it likes to move around, so using the spring and kind of holding it like a syringe helps keep it in place. And then you can take this light spring, put it back in first, and then we're going to slide this in. And then once it's in that far, you don't need the spring. And now this safety is not going to go in unless we take this tab and rotate it almost 90 degrees. And now that hole has opened up. So we're going to take the safety, get the spring, and we'll put it in. And if it's not going in, you just might need to rotate a little more, and then yeah, there, it went in. Okay, now I'm holding down that safety. I'm gonna need to rotate this tab back up, and then once it's up and aligned with the channel, you can push it in and let go. And now it's in. Like that. And now we can take the striker spring and put it in, and then take the back plate and push it in, and then get the back plate started. And there, it's back together. Hope that helps.